Welcome to Tactical Pontoon. This one's going to be a little bit different. As you can see by the sticker here, we're a little bit magnified. Okay? I want to talk about connectors. This is going to be a quick overview on a couple different connectors to give you some clues as to who made whose connectors. Because there are truly only a few connectors out there overall of your main brands. One of the ones that you're going to see a lot of, and a lot of different trigger companies use them, is Lone Wolf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up in the magnification, this is a Lone Wolf connector. Now, there we go. You can see it's got kind of a chunky little angle there. The quality of it is just a little bit it's a little bit rough in comparison to a factory. Another way that you are going to be able to tell if Lone Wolf made this is you see, let me get my little pointer here. You see this this curve right in here? That is a signature of a Lone Wolf connector. Okay? That little curve, and then again, let me get in focus. This chunky little angle right here. Okay? When you see that on a connector, that is one that is produced by Lone Wolf. This is their Lone Wolf 3.5 pound classic. Okay? I say that because this connector right here, see that little chunky deal there? And then down here, it's got your little curve. Well, on the front, oh goodness, there we go. It says Apex. Well, look at that. That's an Apex connector. It's also a Lone Wolf connector. And if memory serves me right, I don't have one here right now, the connector in the new agency triggers are also this. Okay? So that is a way to see if you have a Lone Wolf connector. Now, Lone Wolf, they're not known for the highest of quality. Their connectors are overall pretty decent. Like I said, it's a little bit right in here and just kind of always bothered me how that looked. That's kind of what I would consider a stress riser eventually. Oh my goodness, get into focus. Is right here. I always consider that a place that could eventually crack. And then the other place that you're going to be able to notice it is right in here. Okay? Those are the two ways to note whether you have a Lone Wolf connector or not. Okay? Here's another connector. This one I used to think was made by Lone Wolf, and actually it looks like their quality's come up quite a bit. This is a black ice or black yikes connector. I think originally these were made by Lone Wolf, but this latest one appears that they've changed manufacturer. And instead of looking like it was nibbled out of a piece of steel, they actually look like they're a better quality than they used to be. And when the double diamond black yikes, yeah, also known as Glock store. Okay, this connector has their black DLC finish. Like I said, their quality is actually better than it used to be. Again, it's not as cleanly cut as like a factory or even a Ghost, so you could look at needing to polish that if things run awry. But that right there is a Glock store black yikes. Currently, I'm not sure who their manufacturer was, but like I said, at one time I'm really sure that they were a Lone Wolf cast off. Okay, the next one we are going to look at is pretty much the one you're going to see more often than not in an aftermarket system. This is a Ghost. This is a Ghost 3.5. This is their basic model. This is the one that you're going to see more often than not. And as you can see, it has nice rounded edges. They're not there's no jagged edges like the Lone Wolf kind of had, and the Black Yikes. Okay, and they've got a really nice metal finish on their connectors. I think it's a nickel finish. I could be wrong, but overall they actually have a good finish on their connectors. I'm not a huge fan just because of the geometry here, but it's a reason why a lot of people use them. They don't have the crispest break, but overall, they're not my favorite. They're not the worst, and if you tune around them, could be a good $15 purchase. Okay, now one way you're going to be able to tell whether a manufacturer is using a Ghost connector or not is almost all of them that have that style will have the little minus here. Let's see if I can get that into focus there. See the little minus? Okay. It'll have a minus, and then there will be no step in the connector. It will be one flat plane. Whereas with the Lone Wolf, we'll bring that back up here. You will see that the Lone Wolf has the step. Factory has a step as well, but the factory, instead of having that curve down at the bottom, it will just be flat. Okay? Now, one way that I can always tell a Ghost from any of the others when I talk about tooling marks is right here on the edge. These are two different Ghost connectors, and let's get it in focus here. You can see these little bumps along. See those little bumps? That is pretty much something I see on all Ghost connectors. I know Landtac has their SSR, super short reset, whatever good that is. It is a Ghost 3.5. As you can see, these were two very different looking Ghosts. One of them has their little self-cleaning windows, but they both have. And here's another one. I'm going to try to put them all side by side. You will see along the edge, they all have the little bumps where they were separated from the main sheet of material. Okay? So, that's just a quick video on kind of identifying some of your major connector brands. There is myself, Trigger Jedi, and just kind of a quick informational video so that you can know a little bit more about what you're buying and who is using what. So that's it for this little informational video from Tactical Pontoon. We will catch you later.